Hey, good morning. This is day 8. I didn't manage to film a recap at the end of day 7, but yesterday we did 22.4 miles and made it into Belden. And we got here around 7:30 and the Belden Town Resort was still open, so I had already had some potatoes on the trail, but I ran in and we got the last half hour before the restaurant closed at Belden Town Resort and had a couple of beers and a salad, which was fantastic for me. And we did 22.5 yesterday. Absolutely wonderful day of hiking. No fire areas, largely downhill. We're going to take a zero today. In Belden yesterday, according to the hotel operator, it was 108. So I knew it was hot, but so we're going to lay low. We're going to take a day off. We're going to see if we can. Last night we just camped what looks like a homeless squatters camp here, but I guess it's frequented by hikers. And we'll see if we can get a room tonight, because they might have rooms available at Belden Town Resort, but our food is at Caribou Crossroads down the road, with our resupply, I should say. And then my hope is to start out very early tomorrow morning, because really looking at the weather, we have a huge climb. It looks like about 5,000 feet of vertical climbing. It's crazy, maybe less, but it looked almost that much. And start early in the morning, maybe at 5 a.m. to try and knock off the hardest part of the climb in the morning. That would be Sunday morning. And then, if we're wasted and dehydrated, we can kind of stop and rest. So today, resupply, clean up. I am so dirty and smelly. I almost drove myself out of the tent last night. I just can't clean myself. And we're on a river, but it's like a raging rapids. If you went into it, you'd be swept away. So looking forward to getting a shower and getting rested and cleaned up. And I will talk to you later. Good morning. A little bit after 5:30, day 8, Sunday, Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to everyone. Leaving Belden Town Resort. Had a zero yesterday. Spent half the day at Caribou Crossroads doing laundry, having food. Chris, the owner, is a wonderful guy. I'm just looking because I got to get across the road here. I may be too dangerous. I'm going to keep walking inside. And then I made my way back to Belden Town Resort, and I booked a room for the night and spent the night there. Sad to say that my hiking buddy Buffalo, aka Gavin, had a family emergency and had to return home. So I'm heading out solo, and 5,000 feet of vertical. That's the reason I'm up early. And it's not supposed to be as hot as yesterday. In the sun it was 110 yesterday, 105 in the shade. More than this body can handle. So I think it's gonna be in the mid to high 90s today. So heading out early, trying to get a lot of the hardest part of the hike done before the sun comes up and starts turning me into a raisin. So beginning of the day, feeling good, feeling rested, and more to come. Every day, in the middle of the night, early in the morning, this would rumble by and shake my tent when I was camping outside with a thunderous roar. But it's commerce, man, and it's impressive. I don't see the end of the train. It just goes and goes and goes on this long uphill. Imagine the weight and the power pulling that. Amazing. This area seems to have a lot of bamboo-like plants. None of them have leaves. I don't know if they're being browsed. It's all down near this little creek, about like 6 miles in. I wonder if it's invasive or native, but it's all around this area. Oh well. Doug, comment, is this native? I am around 7,000 feet and the scenery is beautiful. This is Frog Mountain and I think the summit is ahead, and I don't know if I get up there. I think it's right over there, but yeah, I just passed 7,000 feet. It's been on the trail for still not noontime yet, so I made over 10 miles by 10 a.m., which is great. And now I'm approaching the summit before noontime. I've been hauling about 5,000 feet of climbing, and that's by the elevation standards. But when you actually consider, which I hadn't previously, that you go up and down, then up and down and up again, and in that traverse you might have only gone 1,000 feet high, but you've gone, you know, up and down 2,000 feet. It feels pretty good. Temps are pleasant up here. Plan was right to leave as early as possible, and I'd say it's in the 70s. The sun is quite strong, but it's light breeze. Fantastic. Fantastic. You can see what I gather. The rest of the afternoon will be much easier. Lots of changing terrain today. Deep forest, beautiful meadows, and then what I'm pretty sure is volcanic remnants. Here, not easy on your feet, and it's bloody hot in the sun. Lots of flowers though, and yeah, it's much hotter here. The sun really is absorbed by the rocks, but it has its uniqueness and its own beauty. Lots of changing terrain today. Deep forest, beautiful meadows, and then what I'm pretty sure is volcanic remnants. Here, not easy on your feet, and it's bloody hot in the sun. Lots of flowers though, and yeah, it's much hotter here. The sun really is absorbed by the rocks, but it has its uniqueness and its own beauty. Hi everyone, I just ran across a really nice family. I'll let them introduce themselves, but they gave me all this with cheese and meat and fruit.
I'm Dale. I'm Benjamin.
Jennifer.
I'm so grateful. I mean, you don't know how, if you're a thru hiker, how grateful you are for stuff like this, because sometimes I go to bed hungry and sit up in the dark. So, much appreciated. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey everyone, it's well after 7:30. It's almost 8 o'clock, and I just passed 30 miles. I'm flogging myself, and there is a tent site about a mile ahead, and there's no water near there, and there's no water for another 8.5 miles, so I got like 3.5 plus liters I carried from the last water stop, which itself was required an extra 0.6 of a mile off trail. Yeah, I'm really dragging. Haven't eaten, but kind of pleased with myself in a twisted way that I've broken my own personal best, and now I'll get to like 31 miles for the day. So I'm just praying. There's a tent site there because it's listed as 3, and I know 2 hikers were ahead of me going there. Hopefully no one else is there. Otherwise I'll just pass out. I'll check in later. Good morning, day 9. Yesterday I hiked 31.1 miles, longest ever. I wouldn't have made it unless I got a little bit of trail magic. I could probably mile 26 when people gave me some fruit, cheese, and turkey. But it felt good to do this. I feel pretty good today. The guys that I was hiking near and around are all up and about and gone. One of them was gone at 4 a.m. It's like 6:45 now, so I'm kind of the slowpoke in town, unfortunately, but I think my body needs a little more rest than theirs do since they're early 20s. I've got 13 and a half miles to go to Chester, and I'm going to hitch into Chester to get a little bit of resupply because after that it's an 80-mile section, and I'll work on a YouTube video there. One of the things that's been happening is the mobile reception or Wi-Fi is but in particular Verizon's so weak I can't even generate a video unless I'm hooked to or sitting in a location for hours on end. So I may end up having to spend the night in Chester to get it out. Not sure of my options yet. Either in the years past people could sleep behind the Methodist church. Worst case I'll get a hotel. So this is day 9 starting, feeling great. 13 and a half miles to Chester, kind of a Nero compared to yesterday. So let's start the day. Hey there, it's pretty much the end of day 9. I'm in front of the Antlers Motel in Chester. I'm seeing if I can get a room. If I can't get a room here, I'll probably sleep behind the Lutheran church or potentially just head back to the trail. But I haven't yet uploaded a video, and that's the big task, is day 7, 8, 9. And this is day 9. I did 13.5, which is pretty short, but that's where it came to the highway to Chester. And I think I have another 4 days to the next point where I think I'd run out of all electricity, power and such. So I thought I'd come in here and try and charge, generate a video, upload it. I suppose if I could get it uploaded early and I can't get a room here, then it's quite possible I'll head back to the trail with a little bit of a light resupply. So felt pretty easy today. Still a little stiff and sore from yesterday, my 31.1 yesterday, but overall feeling good and contemplating what I can do to lighten my pack. Talk to you soon.